Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to propose a little bit of a brain tickler for you all, a little bit of a conspiracy theory. Now, before I start this off, I'd like to say, just wholeheartedly, I think that Washington, D.C. is basically just Hollywood for ugly people, and that for the most part, everybody up there is a self-interested actor. And I mean that in the most literal sense. Now, moving on for that, here's the conspiracy theory. The American Democrats never stopped fighting the Civil War. Bear with me here. Initially, the North versus South conflict, with the American Democrats in control of the slave-owning American South, the goal was the dissolution of the Union, the ability to run their own little areas like their own personal fiefdoms, and a segregated class which owned nothing, which was indefinitely in servitude to the small ruling class of people who owned everything. The landowners, the asset holders, everything. Now, here's my question. In every single major Democrat area, which has been controlled by American Democrats for years or decades, what does it look like? Tell me, is there not a large, usually racially segregated class, an underclass of people that own nothing and are typically regulated to terrible jobs, highly in debt, and there's always a small elite ruling class of asset holders? Now, you can look at California, you can look at New York, you can look at Detroit, you can look at Chicago, you can look at any of these areas, and you'll find that there's a very similar pattern. Now, the next thing that the American South during the Civil War wanted to achieve was the dissolution of the Union. So tell me right now, who is saying over and over again, national divorce? Who is agitating for the dissolution of the Union and the breaking off of separate states of the United States so that they may rule independently the way they wish to rule? It's a little interesting because, again, they claim to be the party of, oh, we're the good guys, but then again, that's what everybody has said throughout history. And what do the American Democrats want right now? Well, primarily, racial segregation. Primarily, they want you to own nothing and be happy. At the moment, they want you to live in a pod, eat the bug, put the muzzle on, while they gallivant around the country eating the finest of foods, owning all the land, and renting a pod to you, the serf. The indefinite serf. The only thing they've really done is kind of blur the racial lines a tiny bit. Because, well, again, look at any major Democrat-controlled area and tell me right now it does not just look like a future updated version of what the American South would have been doing. Except they're just much less honest about it. And that's it. That's my little brain teaser for today. Well, I hope all of you have had a very nice day, and remember, get out into nature every now and again, eat fresh foods, exercise, and you'll have a very nice day.